So I want to talk about an important way to change our finances, family, circumstances, or get the relationship that you want, whatever area that you want, right? The obvious reasons why we might not have these things or might not be connected to the right resources, might not have access. Also, you might be caught up in what I call the hero's curse. And I want you to pay attention, right? So we all come from families, environments where there's at least that one person or multiple people that are a hero in your life. You watch the way folks react to them, the way they treat others, the things that they're able to build, and you admire that person so much that you end up taking on a lot of their characteristics. The reason it's called the hero's curse is because no person is perfect. No environment or group of people are perfect. And so you take on not only the good characteristics, but you take on the bad characteristics that you have no idea are sabotaging the very thing that you want. And I'll give you an example, right? So my family, the Mobleys, the Whitteds, Jacksons, Whites, right? We're giving people, we're serving people, we're people who are talented in different things, and we help people all the time. I remember we had 14 deaths in a row, right? Every funeral was packed, like just love. We could have charged at the door the way these funerals was looking back. And they were back to back to back, year after year, right? And so seeing that love that my family always got, always wanted that. Like, man, you was helping this person, you was showing this person love. And the hero's curse in this for me was self-appointing myself to helping others, self-appointing myself to giving my gift over here, or giving and giving and giving and giving. And the reason I say self-appoint is because you got to understand there are times where God calls you to use your gift over here. God calls you to use your insight and wisdom over here. But then there's moments where he hasn't called you, right? And God revealed to me years ago, after I was just a year wasted helping somebody, he was like, I never told you to do that. You know what I mean? You self-appointed yourself to this to make yourself feel good and to distract yourself from the work I really told you to do. And so that's when I realized that the hero's curse was overgiving and never really taking the things that I need in order to build. And once I made that change, things started growing. And I keep attacking the different curses, right? These are generational curses. And I love my family, right? But we overgive. Another example is, say, I know a lot of chicks, right, whose moms were very take no shit. Like, I don't need a man, yada, yada, yada. And I think about how it was admirable, like when I was younger, like, oh yeah, she's strong. But then when I look at their daughters now, their daughters are single. And you know what I mean? They're 40, going on 50, and they're single, and they still have that same hero's curse. You have no idea that the hero's curse is blocking you from the very success and the things that you want, right? And so now that you understand what the hero's curse is, let's talk about how to spot them and how you can remove them. So what I do is I always take the area of my life that is either suffering or what I want, right? There's no point in doing any of this work if you don't know what you want. You have to know which area and what is it that you want, what is for you. And then here, number 2 is, once you figure out that area, I want you to embrace the fact that you might be the problem, that you might have a characteristic or habit. Yes, it's obvious that people have sabotaged you. Yes, it's obvious that people have done you wrong. Put that to the side and let's focus on what characteristics do you have that might be doing it. And number 3 is to find somebody who's successful in that area, whether that's someone you know or someone who wrote a book, who's a speaker, don't matter. Go dig for the person or the people who are succeeding in this area and be open, because the next part is what's most important. Number 4 is understand that the information you're about to hear is about to shock your life. It is about to challenge your very way of being, your very way of believing. This is where the central nervous system kicks in, right? Because central nervous system blocks any new information that goes against what you believe. So these negative characteristics, when you hear the other side of that from that mentor, You're going to challenge that. You're going to feel anxious, overwhelmed, angry. You might want to fight. You might feel bored. This is where you have a choice to understand that this is happening and try to make and tell yourself, like, you know what, let me just sit on this and let me pay attention to it. Once you can begin to do that, and little bit by little bit, every day, every week, try to chip away at those different characteristics and add new characteristics. I'm not talking about going against your beliefs, like spiritual beliefs. I'm not talking about becoming a different person. I'm talking about seeing what habits and characteristics are blocking you from the things that you want. Do this little bit by little bit, and you'll break generational cycles and generational curses, environmental cycles. And not only will your finances increase, not only will your career increase, but you'll become the person who ends up being able to bless others and change your community. Holla at me. My name is Seth Whittaker, author of Breaking Negative Cycles. I challenge you to break cycles as well.